historical facts about a specific time in our political journey as a nation. This period within the context of the history of the international economy was called the second guided period. I want people to listen to this. The first guided period was known as the Great Depression of the 1929. The second guided period manifests itself in the form of an international debt crisis with a universal political response of structural adjustment in the form of reconfiguration of the economies of less developed and underdeveloped economies, particularly the response from the World Bank, the International Monetary Fund, and the Paris Club was debt rescheduling, restructuring, and debt forgiveness. The finance minister of Mexico in 1982 announced that Mexico would unilaterally reschedule its debt in the first flagging of the enormity of the crisis. The two high price shocks of the previous decade, coupled with the program of economic destabilization, which incorporated the flight of capital and massive closure of businesses and loss of jobs, created monumental damage to the tune of some 30% loss of GDP of the Jamaica economy. By 1976, the BOJ ran out of reserves, reflecting a negative balance which lasted for the next 20 years, ending in 1996. Right? This is the hand that Seaga was dead, and which he enthusiastically shuffled the deck as the paramount local political agent of the process of destabilization. Let me read back that over. Some more people get it. This is the hand that Seaga was dead, and which he enthusiastically shuffled the deck as the paramount local political agent of the process of destabilization. Any claim, therefore, that the 1980s was a period of progress is one of aggravated dishonesty. Externally, there were serious tensions in the world. These including the Iranian Revolution of 1979, the Iraq-Iran War of 1980-88, the continuing conflict and tension associated with the Arab-Israeli War in the previous decade, which precipitated contortions and distortions, and the reconfiguration of the structure of the Jamaican economy in the 1980s. Now listen, people. Seaga lost control and became more of a reactive functionary rather than a proactive and transformational leader. He responded to the challenges of the crisis with abrasiveness, insults, and threats against the Jamaican people. Let me read back that over now. Want you to see where this man is coming from, you know. Talking the truth, this man is scraping everything. Seaga lost control and become more of a reactive functionary rather than a proactive and transformational leader. He responded to the challenges of the crisis with abrasiveness, insults, and threats against the Jamaican people. As Shalman Scott is saying this. In 1980, when Seaga came to power, the Jamaica debt to GDP ratio was 63%. More people put this in their head now. In 1980, when Seaga came to power, the Jamaican debt to GDP ratio was 63%. Remember that Michael Manley, right, was ruling before. The debt ballooned